First Church. Whoa, that's loud. Welcome to Witness 2019. This is our year-long stewardship focus on witnessing. We've been talking the past couple of years about investing in your relationship with God, in our discipleship, and now our witness. Witness is personal. It's something we do individually, but it's also corporate. It's something that we do as a church. I've had many people leave marks on me, but this morning I want to tell you about Vince. I was in the middle of a really painful divorce when I met Vince. He was a personnel manager at the General Electric service shop out in Strother, Kansas. I'd grown up in the church, but had wandered away as a young adult and then returned. While I was living in Cincinnati working for GE, I was out at Strother doing this audit. And Vince saw me one morning, saw my pain, brought me into his office and started to share the gospel with me. Nothing new. I mean, I'd grown up in the church. This is nothing new to me. But it was all fresh and new. And as he shared. And then he prayed with me. And sent me out really in tears of new commitment. So when God spoke to me about 6 months later, I called Vince. And yes, I said, when God spoke to me. It was about 7:30 on a Monday morning, February 26th, 1979. I was in the car, driving from Loveland, Ohio, down to the interstate on my way to work, when God spoke. 3 words. Hal, quit smoking. That's all. 3 words. It wasn't a physical voice, but it was every bit as clear as if it had been. There was absolutely no doubt what was being said and who it was that was saying it. So I was smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day at that time, so this is a big order. So I responded, because when the creator of everything that is speaks, you kind of got to listen. I said, okay, Lord, Wednesday's Ash Wednesday, and I'm never going to have any more power than when I come out of that service Wednesday evening. I'll quit then. Well, God doesn't negotiate. He'd already said his thing, and that was it, and there was no more. It was now mine to obey. So when I got to work, I'm asking people for prayers, and I called Vince. He says, you can't do it. What do you mean I can't? That's not an option, Vince. I got told. God told me to quit smoking. This is not an option. He says, you can't do it. He says, I know, because I tried and tried and tried, and I couldn't either. And finally, I told God, if you want me to quit, Lord, you fix it so that when my feet hit the floor tomorrow morning, I'll never want another one. You're talking my language, Vince. And that became my prayer. If you want me to quit, Lord, and I believe you do, you fix it so that when I walk out of that church, out of that service Wednesday evening, I will never want another one. I ground out the last cigarette on the steps on the way up into the church. Haven't wanted or had one since. He took it away. Now, I got to tell you that there were a couple times in the early days, in the early going there, when I would smell it. Somebody would be smoking. My body would wake up saying, hello. And at that point, I just would stop a moment and pray. Praise you, Lord, and thank you for taking that away so I don't want it anymore. And it would be gone that quickly. So the craving disappeared. It's been 40 years. I can't imagine it any other way. Now, here's a key part of this, and that is that if this had been a minister that had talked to me, or some religious professional, I'm not sure it would have had the same impact. I mean, we pay them to say this stuff, right? But this is just another business guy. A business guy who'd shared with me. There's power in your sharing, in our sharing. We're not paid. We're not professionals. We're just business guys and teachers and nurses and lay people going about our life. Your testimony, your witness is powerful because of who you are. Over the next few weeks, we're going to hear from a variety of folks from our congregation, the laity, just like you and me, who will share some of their stories. I hope that they will deepen your understanding of and your commitment to our witness. Witness is personal. You do it, I do it. It's individual, it's personal. It's also corporate. And we as a church do it like yesterday at the Free Fall Festival, and the many, many ways that this church witnesses and leaves its mark in the community. It does take money. It does take your and my financial support to make that happen. So, think about this. We're Jesus' hands and feet in the world. How are you going to leave your mark? Thank you.
Marshall said, "A different world cannot be created by indifferent people." In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.